It was the fall of 2008 when the game The Force Unleashed came out, almost 20 years ago as I'm recording this in 2026, and it feels odd that it's been that long. And we were introduced to Lord Vader's secret apprentice, Starkiller, and this was his lightsaber. Come with me to check it out because this thing is super cool. Hey nerds, welcome back to the Fellowship of the Nerds. I am your host as always, Luke Shirewalker. You see, you have it in English and you have it in Arabic, however you want it. And now, today we're going to show you a really cool one. We're going to be checking out Korbanth Starkiller 1, so SK1 from the Force Unleashed one. There are a couple variations from Korbanth on Starkiller. So you have the one from Force Unleashed 1, you have the one from Force Unleashed 2, you have another variant that has some spikes that it looks really cool, and we're gonna be checking this one. We're gonna be checking the one from Force Unleashed 2, but that's gonna be an interesting one because that's gonna be our first Golden Harvest lightsaber. Never had one before, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what the difference is and then comparing the two to see which one is cooler. Now, because this is from Korbanth, you're going to be able to get this lightsaber with 15% off with our discount code Fellowship, where you should be seeing right around here, I think. And you're going if you don't want the one from Force Unleashed 1 and you're more interested in the one from Force Unleashed 2 or this other version that I was talking to you about, the discount code would serve for any of them or all of them. So if this one is not the one that you're after, but you wanting the other one, and I know some people that prefer the one from Force Unleashed 2, really, it really, whichever is the one that you fancy, you're going to be able to use the discount code. Now, let's unbox this because this one is really cool. And in another elegant presentation from Korbanth, you're going to get your hilt, you're going to get your charger, and you're going to get your Allen key. This hilt takes a 7/8 of an inch blade. You're going to get your blade plug, only one retention screw. And just so you have a better look at this crystal chamber, because I think this is really, really cool, guys. And here it is. Look at this thing. Look at this. I already had it on because I wanted to show you straight away with the kyber, the exposed kyber. I think it's really fantastic. But look at the craftsmanship of this blade with the rose gold and everything. I love this, the pommel with the see-through light from the crystal. Absolutely cool. This is one that to me has always been a really interesting one, and it's also an interesting one in the sense of the design, because it's sort of a thin neck, because you see you're right there, so you have two pieces for this one, and so your core goes in through here. And you can see the light there from the Profit 3.9, and you'll know that it's in when you see the buttons through there. But absolutely a cool lightsaber and a very interesting one. You also want to tighten this very, very well, because otherwise when you're using it, you might feel, the pommel or the emitter kind of going. So you definitely want to ensure that this is securely fastened. Now, what do you say if we take this one outside, we have a look at how this looks like in the dark, light up and the ignition, I should say, not light up, and the smooth swing and the Soundfont. The Soundfont is from Reaver's arsenal, so it's really a cool one, as pretty much all the ones that Korbanth has, and all their sabers from Reaver's arsenal. I think they're phenomenal. So let's have a look at this, because I promise you this is really cool.
My mission is complete, Master. Are you all ready to stand with me against the Emperor? You have lured the Emperor to us. When we strike,
A super cool lightsaber and a super cool Soundfont. Really sounds aggressive as Starkiller is. So let's try it again inside.
my mission is complete, Master. Then you are ready to stand with me against the Emperor.
Look at this thing. I love that as you're doing this, see? Not all of them, but some of the blaster effects will affect the kyber. I think it's super cool.
You have lured the Emperor to us when we strike.
And of course, this is part of the sounds that we just put, because if you're a regular to the channel, you'll know that we like to do pre-ons and post-ups and all that sort of stuff on the lightsabers. Maybe that's something I should do one, you know, show people how to do that, because it's super simple and easy, and you really don't need to know how to code a buff or anything like that. So maybe if you think that that's a video I should do, please by all means put it in the comments. I'll be more than happy to do it. Now this will bring all the sound fonts that you will get from Korbanth, the 30+ sound fonts that you usually will get. I think all of them, if not all of them, from Reavers. I'm not going to bore you with all of them because we've seen them before. So if you're on your cell phone, something will come up now for you to check another video when we do the full showcase of all the sound fonts, and if not, it'll be on the description of the video as well. So we're going to move over to our rating, and this one's going to be very interesting because we're going to start with the sign. I feel tempted to give this a 10 because it's incredibly accurate to what it looks like on the video game. Sure, in the video game it looks a lot more used, but there's an option that you can get this weather. So you know, there is that, but like this is just like, so say, the shiny brand new look, but it looks exactly like it does in the game. Where I think I cannot give it a 10, and I will probably rate it an 8.5, would be because of the way that this box is inserted here. The edges are super sharp, so they're very uncomfortable when you're swinging about your lightsaber. So basically you have to use it from here, but of course, because this is a true porter, you don't want to be, you know, I mean, if you secure this tight enough, it's fine, but it just doesn't become that pleasant, and it's really because of the signs, really because of how sharp these corners are. So that will drop it down at 8.5. So just to try and be fair, I'm gonna give this on the sign a 9. And on ergonomics, this lightsaber is incredibly, you know, friendly to use, but it's only friendly to use if you grab it from here. And this goes impacted with what I was telling you about the sign. If you grab it from the upper part, it's not really pleasant. Plus, you have the thing that you have the kyber crystal exposed there. If you apply too much pressure here, you can touch a crystal, you might damage this. So you definitely will want to be doing it from the bottom. But unfortunately, to me, that diminishes the experience of you enjoying your lightsaber. So that's going to be an 8. Now, when it comes to sound, it's definitely going to be a 10. Not only does it sound loud enough and nice enough, it also has a really good sound font. Sure, we've tinkered around to add post-ups and stuff, but like it's all within the sound font that comes here, and then all the rest of the sound font that brings you know, the usual 30+ sound fonts. It's absolutely phenomenal, guys. So it sounds, I'm going to give it a 10, which means that if you're keeping score, you're going to see our total here. And that basically means that this is a lightsaber that we will definitely be recommending because, you know, it's above an 8, which is, I wouldn't recommend anything that was below an 8. But if it's above that, definitely recommend it. Lightsaber from the Fellowship. So, with that said, I'm going to ask you now, what do you think of this lightsaber? Do you think that this is a lightsaber that you would want them to be picking up? Or would you be more inclined on the version of the Force Unleashed 2, which, like I said, we will be reviewing in another video, and then we'll be doing a comparison of both. But if you already know them, you might already have a favorite. So let me know which one is your favorite. Let me know if you'll be picking this one up from Korbanth. And I really hope that you enjoy this video. And nerd, that's all from me. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope to see you in the next one. I hope that you find this useful and insightful and made up your mind in terms of if you're going to want to choose one or the other. And since this is the first time that we're wearing this one, yes, this is Luke Shirewalker, but you can personalize any of these t-shirts with Jedi, with Mando alphabet and everything, and it will have, you know, the different code here. This one has the Jedi code, so super cool. But you can pretty much do whatever you want with this. So if you go to handpick, I'll leave a link in the description for these t-shirts, and it's not affiliated at all. I'll do not take anything from them, but I just love when I saw them online, and I thought like, hey, this is actually pretty cool. I know a bunch of people probably want to be checking and having something personalized for them. So if you want to get something like this with your name in Arabic or in Mando, or with, you know, with the Mandalorian design instead of Jedi, or with Sith, by all means go over to handpick and you'll be able to get one of these. Nerds, I have been your host as always, Luke Shirewalker, and until we meet again, remember, the Force will be with you always. Remember to live long and prosper, and may the odds be ever in your favor, Melanin. And until we meet again, mischief manage. I'll see you around, nerds.